This video is brought to you by togetherbudget.com. When it comes to credit score optimization, one of the most effective strategies is to use the snowball method. This involves paying off your smallest balance first, while making minimum payments on your other debts.
That's a great point. But can you explain why this method works?
Well, when you pay off the smallest balance first, you get a psychological boost from seeing that debt disappear. It also frees up more money in your budget to tackle larger debts.
I see what you mean. But what about credit utilization ratio? How does that play into optimizing our scores? Another important aspect of credit score optimization is avoiding new credit inquiries. Can you explain how these can impact our scores?
New credit inquiries, such as those from applying for multiple credit cards or loans in a short period, can temporarily lower your credit score.
That makes sense. So what's the best approach to taking out new credit?
One final strategy for optimizing our credit scores is to negotiate with creditors. This can help us reduce debt and improve our credit utilization ratio.
That's a great tip. But how do we go about negotiating with creditors?
When it comes to rewards maximization, one of the most effective strategies is to use a credit card that offers rotating categories. For example, if you're someone who spends a lot on groceries, having a card that offers 5x points on grocery purchases can be incredibly valuable.
That's so true. I've been using the Chase Freedom Unlimited for my everyday expenses because of its rotating categories. But what about those months when there aren't any high-earning categories? How do we maximize our rewards then?
One strategy is to use a card that offers transferable points, which can be redeemed for travel or other rewards. For example, if you have Chase Ultimate Rewards points, you can transfer them to airlines like United or Southwest.
That's genius. I've been trying to figure out how to use my Chase points more efficiently. But what about those cards that offer fixed categories, like gas stations or dining? Are they worth it?
Another strategy is to use a card that offers rewards on everyday purchases, like groceries or gas. For example, if you have a card that offers 2% cashback on all purchases, that can add up quickly.
I see what you mean. But how do we make sure we're getting the most out of our rewards? Should we be using multiple cards or just sticking with one?
So, let's dive into the world of credit card sign-up bonuses. The key to unlocking these rewards is understanding how they work.
That sounds intriguing. I've always been under the impression that sign-up bonuses were just a one-time thing.
Exactly. But with the right strategy, you can get multiple sign-up bonuses in a single year, essentially hacking the system.
That's genius. I'd love to learn more about this. What are some of the key factors we need to consider when choosing a credit card for its sign-up bonus? I see. So it's all about matching your spending habits to the right rewards. What about the fine print? Are there any specific things we need to watch out for?
Yes. The fine print is crucial. Make sure you understand the minimum spend requirements and the timeframe for earning the bonus.
That makes sense. I've heard some people complaining about these requirements being too high or having unrealistic timelines.
Yes, those are common pitfalls. But with a solid understanding of the terms and conditions, you can avoid these traps and maximize your rewards. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about some advanced strategies for maximizing your sign-up bonuses.
I'm intrigued.
Well, one tactic is to use a churn and burn approach, where you apply for multiple cards in a short period and then cancel them before the annual fees kick in.
That sounds like a delicate balance. What are some other strategies we can employ?
Let's dive into the world of travel credit card perks. Sarah, can you tell us what kind of benefits we're talking about?
Absolutely, John. With a good travel credit card, you can earn points or miles that can be redeemed for flights, hotel stays, and even upgrades. Plus, many cards offer travel insurance, trip cancellation protection, and airport lounge access.
That's right. And it's not just about earning rewards. Some cards also offer statement credits for in-flight purchases or travel-related expenses like baggage fees.
Let's talk about earning rewards. John, can you walk us through how to maximize our points earnings?
Absolutely. To earn the most points, we need to understand the earning structures of each card and make smart purchasing decisions. For example, if a card offers 5x points on travel purchases, we should use it for all our travel-related expenses.
That makes sense. But what about rotating categories or bonus earnings on specific merchants? How do we stay on top of those?
Now that we've covered earning rewards, let's talk about redemption. Sarah, can you tell us about the best ways to use our points for travel?
Redemption is a crucial part of maximizing credit card benefits. Using points for travel bookings directly with airlines or hotels often yields the highest value. Additionally, we should consider transferring points to airline or hotel partners for more flexibility.
So, let's talk about balance transfer and interest rate optimization. This is a crucial aspect of credit card strategy, as it can save you thousands of dollars in interest charges.
That's right. And I'm sure our listeners are eager to learn more. Can you explain the concept of balance transfer?
To optimize your interest rate, you need to understand how balance transfer works. Typically, when you transfer a balance from one credit card to another, you're charged a fee, usually around 3% of the transferred amount.
That's a good point. And what about the promotional period? How can we make sure we take advantage of it?
One strategy is to use the balance transfer for a short period, like 6 to 12 months, to pay off high-interest debt. Then, you can switch back to your original credit card or find another option with a lower APR.
That's a solid approach. What about those who have excellent credit? Can they take advantage of even better interest rates?
Welcome to the Credit Card Chase and Annual Fee Management section of our Unlocking Credit Card Hacks Masterclass. So, let's dive right in.
That's right. I'm excited to explore this topic with you. Can you start by explaining what a credit card chase is?
A credit card chase refers to the practice of applying for multiple credit cards in a short period, often within a 30 to 60-day window, to maximize sign-up bonuses and other rewards.
I see. And what are some common pitfalls that people fall into when chasing credit cards?
Well, one major risk is applying for too many credit cards at once, which can negatively impact your credit score due to the hard inquiries.
That makes sense. What about annual fees? How do you manage those?
Annual fees are a crucial aspect of credit card management. To minimize the impact of annual fees, consider canceling cards that no longer serve your needs.
That's a great tip. What about strategies for offsetting annual fees?
One approach is to maximize the benefits offered by each card, such as travel rewards or cashback. This way, you can make up for the annual fee with your earnings.
Let's talk about strategies for managing annual fees. What are some tactics you recommend?
One effective approach is to maintain a credit card rotation. This involves regularly rotating your cards to take advantage of new benefits and rewards while minimizing the impact of annual fees.
That's an interesting concept. Can you elaborate on how it works?
Sure thing. By rotating your cards, you can avoid paying unnecessary annual fees while still earning rewards and benefits from the new cards.
I see. What about credit card issuers that offer 0 APR promotions? Can you use those to offset annual fees?
Yes, taking advantage of introductory APR offers can be a great way to save on interest charges and make up for the annual fee.
That's a fantastic tip. What about the long-term implications of credit card chases?
It's essential to maintain a balanced approach to credit card usage, balancing rewards with responsible spending habits and avoiding excessive debt. Now, let's discuss the importance of tracking your credit utilization ratio when managing annual fees.
That's a great point. How does credit utilization impact my ability to manage annual fees?
Maintaining a low credit utilization ratio, ideally below 30%, is essential for avoiding negative impacts on your credit score.
I see. What about strategies for maintaining a healthy credit utilization ratio?
To keep your credit utilization ratio in check, consider paying down high-interest debt and monitoring your card balances regularly.
That's great advice. What about the role of annual fee waivers in managing annual fees?
Annual fee waivers can be a valuable perk, especially for cards with high annual fees. However, always review the terms and conditions to ensure you understand any requirements or limitations. This tutorial is brought to you by Malik Abualzait.